زدني بفرط الحب فيك تحيرا وارحم حشا بلظى هواك تسعرا وإذا سألتك أن أراك حقيقة فاسمح ولا تجعل جوابي
Hello seekers,
لن ترى.
this is Vincent. I'm here with myself, Groot, and I. And today is Tuesday, 7th of April, 2020. I'd like to share our view on the state of affairs of today in the world in respect to this global coronavirus pandemic. It is definitely an excellent occasion, while we are, most of us, under lockdown, to consider our priorities, our values, and maybe even reconsider our choices in life, in particular, the choice of where to live. So Vincent, myself, and I have had a few introspections and discussions on the subject, and we have extracted 3 core values that we would like to consider in the current circumstances. Number 1, the value of freedom. Number 2, the value of comfort, and that includes safety. And number 3, the value of solidarity. And really, in the current pandemic, it becomes very clear and obvious which countries, which governments, which people value those 3 values and who does not prioritize these values, or maybe in some cases who does not care at all about any of these. So we are only a few weeks into this pandemic, and already it becomes clear in some countries, while others, the jury is still out. So let's take a few examples. Obviously China, and nobody is surprised about that, China has obviously taken a very authoritative measure, and it has been clear already for a long time that China is managing its population more like a farmer would manage his herd of cattle. The US, surprisingly, while everybody was expecting an extremely outrageous approach from President Trump, so far, I would say, so good in terms of the 3 values I mentioned. Obviously, I did not mention any value of speediness or of intelligence or of appropriate action. Or if these were the values, it would be a different story. But in terms of freedom, and in terms of a balance between freedom and action, in terms of comfort and safety, and of solidarity, I would say the US is probably weak on the solidarity front, because first of all, they don't have a health cover for their population, and second, the very little help that they have decided for the people is not yet disbursed, and it looks like it will take a long time to be disbursed, if at all. But at least they took some measures, some decisions that so far have appeared reasonable. Some countries have come out quite remarkably, like Korea and Vietnam and Taiwan at some point, who have clearly taken an aggressive measure of tests, who have put in place a testing ability at the scale that Korea and other Eastern countries have, because they had the benefit, so to speak, of the previous epidemics of SARS and swine flu and the various other avian flu and other respiratory tract diseases that they have had in the past 20 years, which made them decide over the years to acquire a lot of testing capabilities. So yes, those countries have clearly an advantage in terms of fighting a respiratory disease like the coronavirus, the current coronavirus, COVID-19.
컬처와 그 나라의 전통